Great.
Hey, David, or does anybody know if there's a way where we can keep David spotlit, but I can still see people on the strip at the top, across the top? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Just
Only
see 4
see so
people.
many at
I
the
can
top.
see you,
I
Mary.
don't know how that works.
Yeah, I've got about a half a dozen across mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, speaker view.
Yeah,
Speaker view is
Four.
usually the trick.
Speaker view.
I get 4 at a time across the bottom of the screen.
Okay, yeah,
But-
see, my issue is that I'm usually on my laptop and today I've got the option for gallery view.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
But then that puts David small again.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't understand how it works.
Try just toggling it. Maybe it toggles between gallery view and speaker view.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh,
I
okay.
either gallery view or it's just David pinned and I can see switch to active speaker, then it's just David and I only there's like me in the corner.
It may
Huh.
be the iPad has limited screen space.
Yeah.
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 Hi, David, because you just see him plenty anyway, so you really just want to see us.
Yeah.
Don't tell
Finally.
David.
so much.
Okay. So you all saw, I think you saw that Annie is here. This is one of the advantages of virtual choirs is that we can invite people who have moved away.
Yeah.
And Lynn and Annie are going to be singing. I'm hoping that Scott is going to be singing. Sasha, if you don't know, Sasha moved to Maine, and she said she can't join us right now. She's just too busy, but I'm hoping that we'll get her back eventually. So there's a little silver lining in this crazy virus age.
I'm in a rehearsal. I have to call you back. Sorry.
We need to do some warming up because I'm guessing that we haven't sung a lot in the last 6 months. And I'd like you to unmute yourselves while we're warming up for 2 reasons. One is that I want you to hear what a mess it's going to make with all the various delays and things. And the second is I just have been craving hearing your voices, and I think it'd be neat for us just to hear each other singing, even if it's cacophonous. So stand up, please. Just do Z already and me may mamo moo ready and okay. So that's
Oh
what
my God.
the other lot.
Oh, that was interesting, David. Thank you.
We know why we can't sing together.
Wow. That wasn't, yeah. Mm.
But it's still fun. And
Solve that problem. Make $1 billion.
people are working on technology to do this, so maybe.
Yeah, I bet.
So yeah, have a seat. I want you to go ahead and mute yourselves now. But if you have a question or if you need to say anything at any point, just go ahead and unmute yourselves. And let's grab Deep River, music for Deep River, and make sure you have a pencil as well.
can't see very well.
The Deep River is going to be our first virtual anthem for the last Sunday in September. And let's see. So the PDF that I sent out has all of, it's a copy of my own personal copy. So you have all of my markings, which I hope is going to be a good idea. And this arrangement, of course, we've done a number of times, and I figured it'll be a nice, easy one to start with. Let me start at measure 8, bottom of the first page, and I'm just going to play through the soprano and alto parts like I usually do. Okay, so, and here is measure 8 again with the tenor and bass parts. And so basses have that big octave skip there. River, Lord, I want to cross. So here's measure 8 with all the parts. And if you're muted, feel free to sing along. And we're not going to do a D on the end of campground. Ground.
I say we're still muted.
So somebody's
We're just saying to each other.
muted. Don't make me mute you myself. Who is that? Rudd, can you mute yourself, please?
Excuse me?
Rudd and Barbara, can you mute yourselves?
Oh, I thought we were muted.
Nope.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so so no D on campground, and just on, you remember when we're holding things like deep, a little crescendo like we always do. On my home is O, the big crescendo there. Sopranos maybe not quite as much crescendo because you guys are going to stick out anyway, in a good way. So here is the bottom of page 3, the next section. Oh, don't you want to go? And again, this is sopranos and altos. And altos, you're just going to do the lowest note there on the end. You're going to have P's ending on the B natural. Okay? Tenors and basses. You guys are going to be doing only the larger size notes, or the normal size notes. We're going to be leaving out all of the little size notes. So you might want to highlight especially basses, because it jumps around a little bit. So here is tenors and basses from measure 17. And And so it's a little bit strange, tenors and basses, because you have that one extra eighth note. Oh, don't you want to go to that feast? Okay. So here's everybody from measure 17. Feel free to sing along. Ready, and... Now, this is a good chance for me to talk about consonants. Usually I'm all over diction and doing everything really, really clear diction. With a virtual recording, I think we're going to have to tone that down a little bit because we're going to have so many S's and T's and things ending words. And if we're not precisely together, which is easy to do in a virtual recording if we're not hearing everybody else, it's gonna be problematic. So a little less diction than normal, somewhat unusual. Be very careful on the word feast. That's the very top, the very first measure at the top of 4. The ST on feast is going to come on the and of 3. So east for sopranos and altos. Tenors and basses, just make your feast short, like an eighth note. To that feast. Bum, bum. Okay? So that's one to watch out for, ST on feast. And then also on peace, middle of the page, we have wait for the altos there. And I'll give you a good cutoff for the C on peace. Okay? The next section, measure 25. Everybody good so far? Measure 25 is the same notes as the beginning. We're going to have the soprano section sing. So not a solo, but the entire section. Sopranos are singing words. Everybody else, I'd like you to do ooh. Ooh instead of Same notes, though, as the beginning. The last note on this page, last note on page 4, O, that's where everybody goes back to singing words. Alto, tenor, and bass sing words again. Okay? And that's all the same. Measure 33, where everybody has oohs. Here's sopranos and altos. And we're going to continue with oohs at the end. Oohs all the way to the end. Okay? Here's tenors and basses from measure 33. And... and here's everybody. Feel free to sing along. Measure 33. And... Okay. Everybody okay with that? Anybody want to hear anything? A second?
David?
Yeah.
Can you tell us where you want us to breathe?
Mary doesn't have my copy. She has her own copy.
Oh.
So
My...
I will let you see my copy later. Everybody else has my copy.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
David?
Yes, John.
On the measure 17, do you want us to just say, oh, don't you wanna go? Just to...
Yes.
Okay.
Well, one, two.
Sort of.
One, two. No, I would like the T, but obviously not back-to-back T's, not two T's. Oh, don't you want to go? I would like the two.
Want, don't you want to? Okay.
Yeah. But not want to. Want to.
Right. But not wanna either.
Yeah, I think that goes too far.
Okay.
There's always a line that's never clearly defined. It's just my line. Why don't we stand up again and make sure you're muted, and I'll play the whole accompaniment, and you can sing your part all the way through. Okay. So have a seat, please. That's our first virtual anthem. Anybody have any other questions about that?
No, but it was so strange because I expected to hear everyone.
I know, same
And it
here.
was a little sad.
Yep.
I expected to be sad, but I was just really happy looking at everybody standing up and doing this.
Yep.
It's so good to see you all.
It's nice to be doing familiar things again, even if we can't hear each other. Let's look at Be Thou My Vision. So we're basically meeting every 2 weeks now. We're having a rehearsal, and then 2 weeks from tonight, it'll just be a visit. Although if you need me to play anything, I'm certainly happy to do that. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll have another rehearsal, which will be primarily for the Gwyneth Walker piece. But I want to get a start on that tonight as well. So Be Thou My Vision is for the October virtual anthem, the end of October. And this is another one of our greatest hits. So top of the second page. This is going to be another one where we need to be really precise about T's, heart, art, night, light. Just put them right where it is in the music, and just a little bit less diction than you ordinarily would. We start out just everybody in unison. 3, 1, 2, ta. 3, 1, 2, ta. And then the sopranos and tenors have the same thing, the melody, for a little bit. Here's soprano and tenor, measure 35. 3, tenors and, altos and basses. Back at measure 35. You have harmony for a little bit, and then you switch to melody. Here's Thou My Best Thought. Ready, and... Ta. Okay. Now, letter B. Middle of page 3, the altos actually get the melody for a change. Here's sopranos and altos. And 3, 1, 2, and. 2, 3, 1, 2, and. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Tenors and basses. Let's go back, please, to page 3. Bottom of page 3, the last 3 measures. Very similar to what you just heard. Tenors and basses. Ready, and... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Let's keep going. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. 2, 3. And then we continue with that kind of stuff. That verse on page 5, the riches I heed not, basses have the melody there. So basses really want to sing out. Tenors, not quite so much. Let's see, we need to pick up sopranos and altos from somewhere. What have we done? Oops, sorry. What did I do here? I lost my piano. There we go. Sopranos and altos are... You have that same thing all through here. Why don't we go to letter F on page 7? F as in Frank. And when we get to the bottom of this page, I'm sorry, from the middle of the page, where sopranos and altos have 3 parts written, on the very middle of the page, just Stephanie on the middle line. All right, all the other altos on the lowest line. So here is letter F, last measure, top of 7, sopranos and altos. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to save the end for in just a minute here. Tenors and basses, if we could go back to F, letter F, Frank, on page 7. And we'll just start right at F. I know it's the middle of a phrase. We're right on vision. Ready, and 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Two, three, 1, 2, 3. And yeah, so here, this is for everybody. At the very bottom of page 9, bottom of the last page, first measure. You remember the last time we did this, we inserted a quarter rest on beat 3. So we have space to put the T on heart. So it's going to be heart of my own heart, whatever befall. Okay? So that measure, the first measure at the bottom of page 9 is going to be a 4/4 measure. 4 beats in that measure. So here's tenors and basses, one measure before that, the retard measure. Heart of my own heart, and 1, 2. So tenors there just do fall and you hold. Basses come in after that, fall. Sopranos and altos, the heart of my own heart. Ready, and. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anything you want to hear again? I would like to play through the whole thing. Why don't we stand up again and make sure you're muted? I won't do the whole introduction. Let's just start at the top of page 2. 1, 2, 3. And sorry, just to interrupt for just a second. Remember on long notes, we usually do a little crescendo diminuendo. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. That kind of thing. And in general, I think for virtual anthems, because you're going to be recording by yourself and really not hearing other voices, I think you need to really focus on dynamics. If you're not hearing other people doing the printed dynamics, I think there's a tendency to sing all at the same dynamic level yourself. So really follow dynamics, be expressive with it. Here's the letter B, middle of page 3. 2, 3. have a seat, everybody. So that's all the singing we're gonna do. You can go ahead and unmute yourselves again if you like. I just want to talk for a few minutes just about the recording process. Um, and I recorded a video this afternoon, like a how-to video. So if you don't get anything, if you don't get everything right now, don't worry about it. It's all on the video. But the basic thing is we need to have two devices. You're going to be recording yourself on one and playing the accompaniment on the other device, right? You can't record and play on the same device at the same time, so we need two devices. Ideally, if you could record on a phone, those are they generally have better cameras for video, but you know, any two devices will do. If you want to have iPad and laptop, that's fine. Two different devices. The one that you're playing back on, the one that you're listening to the accompaniment on, you need to have headphones, earbuds or headphones. The reason for that is when you're recording, the recording that you send me needs to be only your voice, just your voice in isolation. I know that's scary. But if any of the accompaniment, if the piano bleeds through onto your vocal recording, then that means I now have two recordings of the piano. And so it gets harder and harder to balance that way. So make sure that you're listening to the piano on your earbuds and recording on your other device. The accompaniment video that I'm going to send you it's going to have the piano accompaniment. It's also going to have a video of me conducting. So you can watch that, or Connolly won't watch it. It was weird. I recorded the accompaniment this afternoon at church while watching myself conduct. It was just a very weird experience. But I'm very clear. I was happy to see that. I'm a very clear conductor.
Yes.
Easy to follow.
Weird by 2020 standards, or?
Yeah.
Well, David, you want video, not just our audio recording? You want a video?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, if you would rather not have your video, have your face appear, that's fine. But what I'm planning to do is have I've got a photo of the choir loft, and I'm gonna superimpose your heads in two lines.
That's hilarious.
I love it.
So
That's hilarious.
we're singing from the choir loft.
And I will be having animal ears with the filter. But David, do you have, in all seriousness, do you have a preference as then to what background or clothes we wear?
Just remember that this will be seen in church. So wear something that you would wear to church, and if you can find
Wear something.
like a neutral background, like a blank wall, an empty wall in your house or something, that would be
You
good.
want the pipes? You don't want our pipe organ in background?
Well, no, shut the door.
I mean,
Else you can wait a minute.
for
A wooden door.
for practical considerations, each individual video square is going to be, you know, about that big. So you're not going to see a whole lot besides your face. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just make sure that you're in the frame when you're recording. You know, I see so many Zoom recordings where people
Yeah.
you want to see your face.
So the more your face fills the frame, the better.
Yes.
Rather than back like this.
Yeah.
If we're recording on a phone, do you want it vertical or horizontal?
I would like it vertical, just because it saves more space that way. And this is all explained on the video as well. And what's going to happen is tonight I'm going to send. No, I've already done that. I've sent the accompaniment video with the conductor to the section leaders. So they are going to record their vocal parts, and those parts need to get back to me by noon on Monday, this coming Monday, the 14th. And at that point, I'm going to mix the section leaders' voices together, and I'll send out another video to the rest of the choir. So the rest of you will get a video that has me conducting, you're hearing the piano part, and you'll also have some voices to help guide you. So you're not singing like totally without any reference. Section leaders have to sing without a reference, but you guys can handle that. If you would like to record multiple parts, if you'd like to record soprano and alto, I'm perfectly okay with that. And obviously you can record as many times, you can take as many takes as you like, just to make sure you're happy with it. You see on the part of the conductor video that you'll get, at the beginning I clap. I do 1, 2, 3, clap. And so I need you to clap with me on your video. And that's similar to, if you've seen people filming movies and they say, deep river, take 1, and they do the slate. It serves the same purpose. It just helps me to line up the audio and the video. And like I say, if everybody does that, I just look for the little spike on the computer screen, and I don't even have to hear people individually.
Except Conley.
Except Conley.
Yeah, yeah. She'll be the one with you're only going to see from her forehead up. It's just going to be the little ears. So we'll know, Conley.
That sounds good. I'm going to sing really super loudly with some intense dynamics.
I cannot wait.
Ooh, that brings up the idea of doing like a Halloween themed one.
Uh-oh.
or a holiday one.
That is
I'm in.
Oh yeah, me too.
Definitely.
All right. Any questions, anybody?
You have a question.
Yeah.
For the remedial among us, are the practice recordings on the website like they usually
Yeah. Mary mentioned that, and I should do that. Yeah. I'll do that tomorrow.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah, I've gotten out of practice of doing all this stuff.
We've all gotten out of practice of everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I just make a suggestion to people, because I know this is what helps me. If you're not used to doing videos of yourself, I mean, I have to do a lot of tutorials and stuff for work, and and I have to record all of my lectures, which drives me nuts because I cannot stand listening to myself. Don't obsess doing a gazillion takes. If you do one, feel good about it, and just mail it to David or do whatever, upload it the way he has us do it. Because if I did that, I would do like 70 takes, and nobody's got time for that.
Well, I have a question, David.
Yeah.
So when I did a solo this summer, usually I'm 20 or 30 feet from who is looking at me. And in this case, I'm very close. And is there a way for me, and seeing the music or the words and looking at the music or the words is difficult. Do you have any tip about that?
I don't. I mean, I would say just arrange yourself however you can see the best.
Yeah.
Like I say, your individual video squares are going to be pretty
okay. Right. So it's not going to matter that much if my eyes are going sideways. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, just don't hold your music like this.
That would be an improvement for me. So I'll try not to.
John, I have a suggestion, because I actually was practicing that today, because I bought a little tripod stand for my phone.
Yeah.
So I have my laptop right here in front of me, and then I put the tripod right behind my laptop with the phone right here, and I practice singing right here with the phone right there. So.
Yeah. So the phone is above your laptop?
Yeah, I put it right behind, like
Where's
right
your
now I'm
music?
staring at my laptop, and my phone is like right on the other side, but on the tripod. And so I was able to read the music and see David and be there in the phone.
So the music
Oh, that's
is
great. That's great. That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. All in a straight line.
Yeah, it'll definitely take some experimentation trying to figure out what works best for you.
Yeah.
I've done it before where, and this is only because I have a music stand at home. And if you do happen to have a music stand, I've set my phone next to my music so that I can just turn it. But the phone's over here. You may want to add duct tape to the mix.
I taped my music up on the window in front of me. That's what I did last time, and I was looking at the phone and going like this. And it didn't look so bad, I think, but you know.
Good idea. I'm taking notes for high school students who have to do this. This is all very good advice.
Yeah. So the other thing is lighting too. I mean, if you're backlit, sometimes people are totally in the dark. Like, no, I guess I'm not, because I've got some overhead stuff. But it is not, if you are near a window, have the window in front of you, if you can, so that the light's coming in towards your face. And that way, you've probably seen it before where people are totally in, or where there's all this light behind them and their face is completely in the dark.
Right.
That usually has your backlit instead of any light on the front or above you.
Okay.
David, I have a question about when we're actually recording. Will we be hearing only the piano, or will we be hearing the section leaders singing as well
You'll be hearing the section leaders as well.
when we're recording?
Yep.
Good.
Oh, that is great.
Sweet.
We've still got 10 minutes. If anybody wants to stay on and visit, that's fine. But thank you all so much for zooming in. It's great to see everybody again, and I'm excited to try this.
Yay.
I guess
I can't wait to see this.
as a section leader, I'm going to make one more apology in advance that sometimes my breath control is pathetic and I cheat breaths. So don't take breaths with me if they're not they're marked.
So Stephanie, you just put all the pressure on me, didn't you?
Try my best, but if I sneak a breath, don't take the breath in the same place.
This is virtual staggering.
That's right.
We can do that.
Just don't breathe whenever Stephanie's breathing. You'll be fine.
But I'm conditioned to listen to Stephanie.
Just don't worry, I got you. Just pretend you're sitting next to me, as always.
All right. Woo-hoo-hoo.
I've tried to make this as lifelike as possible, so I kept turning to my cat and just like trying to start gossiping with him while David was talking, just to really, for the verisimilitude.
I appreciate it.
That could
Now
work.
I'm a cat, huh, Connolly?
He's not a great conversationalist, but he is pretty eager to join.
Are you sure he's an alto?
Yeah, he said that's about his range based on his morning breakfast song.
I shared some TikTok video, and I'm sure some of you probably saw it. I shared some quick video where somebody played a C scale and then took the camera around and went to their cat that was on the floor, and it sang a high C. It was
I've seen that. I've seen that, Mary. That was so funny. It was like
I watched it 5 times. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
I wouldn't.
Famila sits on my foot.
Not at all.
Good idea.
No, thanks.
But she's very old, and obviously she's a coloratura, she's a soprano. So I have to put her in another room for doing this, I'm sure.
Ella, are you in your new house?
I am.
Oh,
My Vista has no
congratulations.
furniture in it. Very exciting. But it's where
it's
I sit all
your
day, every day
house.
in front of the window. So I've
That's
been sitting here since 8 a.m.
I saw your
it's-
official announcement. Your announcement in the
Yeah.
paper. You know where they list all the transactions?
Oh, was
I
I
don't-
in there?
Yes, you
in
were.
there, I saw,
Asked me why I was looking at it, but I was, and I saw a couple of things. And you were one announcement of those.
Oh, I forgot that that's always in the paper. So I should I'll see if my parents still have their Gazette from that week. We can do a little clipping.
David.
Yes.
Yes. What do you do about the things that happen where it just seems to stop in the middle of a sentence and then it picks up again, but it would be enough. It throws the rhythm off in music, in terms of music, right? And you watch you watch a video of somebody and they're going along and you can tell they're saying the words they're saying, but then you can't because they're this and there's no sound, and then they're back, and you can see them or you can hear them, but not both at the same time. That just happened here, but it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. Is Danny doing something on the internet in the other?
No. No, I don't mean now. I mean, I've seen this over and over again. We see it in workout, and the.
Yeah.
I think
just
Dave will coordinate all our breaks together.
That's the hard part, I think.
Yeah.
If you're recording and uploading it, it shouldn't be that bad. It's like, feels like that's a problem when it's live.
Yeah, that's a problem with the internet connection. And you'll be recording right on your own device and then sending it to David. It won't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem at all.
Okay.
Because you're not doing anything live over the internet. So, it's all it should work smoothly.
And that reminds me too about just how to get your videos to me. I use Dropbox, and Dropbox has a feature called File Request. And so you'll get an email from me saying, David Kidwell has requested files for Deep River. And all you have to do when you're done with your video is click that link. You don't have to have a Dropbox account. You don't have to sign in or anything. It'll just upload it to me automatically.
Oh, I don't have to take it to the post office. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
I'm being summoned to go perform bedtime duties upstairs, but it is so lovely to see everyone, and I can't wait to sing again. Yay!
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good night, everyone. See you soon.
See you guys later.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hey, hold Oregon in your prayers. We're just heartsick over here. Our areas near our town have been devastated.
A lot of mess going on.
Pictures are stunning.
Not in a good way.
No.
Oregon, California, a lot of the Southwest.
Oh, California breaks my heart right now.
Yeah. My son's in Idaho, and the skies are full of soot.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there are Oregon fires, there are Northern California fires that are drifting.
Oh, that's right. Oregon, Idaho's right next to it. I was thinking.
Hey guys,
Iowa.
have a good night. I'm heading out.
All right.
Good night, Lisa. Great to hear about your mommy.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's a relief.
I've got to go find my copies of Deep River. No, it wasn't Deep River. It's the other one. Vision. Okay. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Carla.
Good night.
Good night.
David, I don't think you could hear me when I was singing with you on the third floor. Oh, that's it?
That's it.